Hello and welcome to Indie Cigar Review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Augusto Reyes Factory Select Dulce in Presidente size. I currently already have this cut with a punch cutter, nice little even hole right there. So without further ado, I'm going to cook the foot a little bit and then light it up. These have been sitting in my humidor for about a little under a month. Very nice smell to them. Pretty much just a minor bittersweet tobacco. Not bad at all though by any means. Nice even spongy pack to them. All humidified correctly. I'm actually looking forward to this quite a bit. Wow, I was not expecting that. Really sweet, very almost infused tobacco flavor. That's really quite shocking. It almost has a sweetened tea-like flavor mixed with a strong tobacco. Yeah, very, very surprising. Okay, I was not expecting that at all, but I will come back to you at the first third of the Augusto Reyes Dulce and Presidente size. Alright, we are going down to the first third. A few things about the cigar I was not aware of. One, it retails for only $2. Two, I paid $1 for this because I paid $5 for a 5-pack. So $1 each per cigar. Another is that this is a sweetened tip. Was not aware of that. It is not a infused tobacco cigar. It is a traditional tobacco cigar. However, it has a sweetened tip. When I bought this, I was not aware of that. I also wasn't aware of how incredibly cheap they are. However, for what it is, the burn is almost razor sharp. Little bit of a wobble there, but not much at all. Ash is holding on very nicely. Sweetened tip isn't quite just sugar. As I said, there's almost like a sweetened tea flavor there. I make it akin to the acid Cold Infusion, which is a sweet tea flavored cigar. They're also $11 a piece, I believe. Maybe a little bit more than that. This is $2, or for me $1. Holding up well, no problems to speak of whatsoever. The draw is a little bit tight, but that's probably because of this little punch. If I wanted to chop the end off, I'm sure it'll get much more loose. However, I happen to enjoy this just the way it is. Even with the small amount of smoke I'm getting, it is still quite pleasant. Very mild cigar. I probably make it akin to a little bit beyond a standard mild. There is a very small amount of strength to it there, but definitely not a medium and certainly not a full. But so far, very good cigar. I'm surprised for how much this cost. If you're looking for a cheap cigar, a cheap stick, this is actually a very good alternative. If you don't mind sweetened tips. If you do mind sweetened tips, stay away. This does have that sugary sweetness on the tip. Now, that's not my personal preference. I do like flavored cigars. I've never had a non-flavored cigar with a sweetened tip. So far, it's actually quite pleasant. My preference is still definitely traditional tobaccos like Gurkhas and My Father's, etc., etc., etc. I can name names for the next hour and probably not half of them done, so I'll just say etc. But yes, for what it is, very good cigar so far. So I will come back to you at either the second, third, or the halfway point whenever a flavor transition happens. Either way, I will speak to you shortly. very fast update. As you can see, we are not down to the second, third, or halfway point. The name, to the best of my abilities, is Augusto Reyes, not Reeves. I'm a white boy. I cannot read foreign names to save my life, so bear with me. My lovely female friend over here actually decided to tell me this, and it sounds right to me. So, yes, let's call this the Augusto Reyes, not Reeves. So yes, speak to you shortly. Alright, down to a bit past the halfway point of the Augusto Reyes Dulce Factory Select in Presidente size. Sweetened tip is died down a bit. Still produces a very good flavor though, which means that tobacco itself is actually quite nice. Again, for being a $2 cigar retail, this is very, very impressive. If I would not have looked online and seen the price, I probably still would have been impressed, but for $2, very, very impressed. I did have to do a minor touch-up, which is why you see a bit of darkness along the ash, but the burn has remained almost razor sharp, besides a one little side of canoeing, which I was able to fix pretty easily. Draw is still fairly tight, but not a problem either. Still produces good quantities of flavor. Overall, very much enjoy it. I will come back to you either at the band point or at the nub based upon the flavor profile and if it changes. So far, besides the sweetened tip dying down, it is exactly the same, which I don't mind so much because this is a very good, cheap cigar. I'm impressed so far. Alright, down to the nub. I skipped the band point because it tasted exactly the same. The sweet tip is actually maintained all the way down to the nub itself. It has toned down a pretty decent amount, but still definitely there. As you can see, the burn went a little bit wonky. I just ashed it and actually had to knock off the ash completely off of it because it was making the entire nub taste like nothing but ash, which is a pretty common occurrence when it's down that low. But yes, overall, very nice performance. I was impressed. The Augusto Reyes is a $2 cigar, like I stated previously, so it is definitely considered a budget stick, considering most people consider between $3 to $4 a budget stick. So $2, definitely a budget stick. I got my 5-pack on cigarauctioneer.com. It arrived in about 4 days, along with a very big order. However, for the price, it is definitely worth it. It is by no means a fantastic cigar. The flavors are very one-sided. The sweetened tip maintains. You never really taste that full tobacco to it. That I personally enjoy. But overall, for what it is, being as cheap as it is, the burn stayed nice throughout, besides one little touch-up and the very nub right there. But the draw was a little tight, not too tight. It wasn't like it was a problem, but it should definitely be noted. The sweetened tip left a, oh, if you ever had the acid brand, it's called Cold Infusion. That's literally what it tastes like, almost exactly. I personally really enjoyed it. But if you do not like sweet tipped or flavored cigars, I probably would not recommend it. While it's not a flavored cigar, that sweet tip makes it seem like a flavored cigar. So that has been the Augusto Reyes, excuse me, almost said Reeves again. And this has been Indie Cigar Review. As always, if you liked the video, hit like. If not, it is entirely up to you, and it always will be. Thank you so much for your time. If you liked the video, more than just as a passing in tribe. Otherwise, I sincerely hope you have a wonderful day, morning, noon, or night, whatever you are doing. I hope it is a wonderful experience. Thank you so much for your time, and this has been Indie Cigar Review, and I am signing off. Thank you once again.